freed the slaves. You'll pay for that, maggot.
Will I? If you scum have any sense at all, you'll stand aside. Let me go drive a blade through your master's throat and I'll forget I saw you.
Oh, certainly. We'll sit back and let you stroll upstairs to kill our leader. Would it help if we drew you a map to his room?
Ukir aku no su ukut ni sisa ir kanto.
I wasn't serious, you idiot. We're going to kill this intruder and go back to our drinking. He's just one man. He can't beat all of us.
Look around. The odds are not so much in your favor. There's still a chance for you to run.
What are you talking about, fool?
You haven't noticed my partner over there watching us? Don't let her grace and beauty fool you. She's deadly. This is your last chance to get out of here alive.
So, the thief brought a friend. That just means you won't die alone. Attack!
My piece is your end! Spirit! Longsword!
How'd I know you'd be deadly in a fight? You'll have to accept my apologies for dragging you into that, but I can't afford to be stopped. Not now. My name is Sky. It's good to see there's someone else in this place who can't stand these slaving dogs. We make quite the pair. Indeed. I find I'm just not saved enough these days. Shame, that. It was obvious you worked with the pirates. Why not deal with them quickly? There's bigger game above us. Speaking of which, there's a very secure and equally intimidating gate blocking the way. If we work together, though, it'll be simple to crack. It's funny what things you can learn if you just ask at the right time, like when you have a knife to someone's throat. Things like how to reach the upper levels of this place despite that security door. I'm here on a personal matter. A man in this place took something very valuable from me, and I intend to repay him the favor. If I had more time, I'd want to know what brought you here. I expect it's quite the tale. Yes, I hunt Gao the Greater, though I will not say why. It is a personal matter. I won't be stopped now that I'm this close, and luckily you're here. That'll make it easier to reach the upper levels where he hides himself away. You're here for your reasons, and I'm here for mine. Somehow I doubt they conflict. Besides, we'll need each other's help to get through that door. The door at the top of this stair is locked through a fairly ingenious mechanism. Gao's engineer, Kang the Mad, designed it for security. Oh, I don't know. They're good with knots. Kang the Mad is a crafty fellow. The door requires two to unlock it. Up high there is a platform with a release lever. The door must be operated while the lever is held forward. There used to be a sentry up there who handled that kind of thing, but he had an accident. I can climb up and pull the lever easily enough. You can open the door when it's unlocked. My best guess would be guards willing to die for their master. You shouldn't have too much trouble helping them reach that goal. Once the door is open, we can go our separate ways. I have my goals, and I'm sure you have yours. Since we both have much to do, why don't I go unlock the door now? Coming from you, that's a tempting offer. I'm a fool to turn you down, but I think what I've come here to do is something I must do alone. I should go now, but I have to ask in case we never meet again. Where did you study? You must have been a genius. You fight like no one I've seen before. It's not so much strange as it is intriguing. No one I've ever met fights like you do. It's subtle, but your movements bait your foes into seeing an opening that isn't there. It's like a clever trap. I'm sorry, I'm wasting time neither of us can spare. I'll get ready and pull the lever when you're near the door. Good luck with whatever brought you to this place. Dead already. Damn it all. I wanted nothing more than to watch this man die. It matters because he deserved to die by my hands. No, that's not right. I should be thanking you. Besides, after I left you, I stumbled across something just as important. Let me explain why I'm here. That should clarify things. You saw with your own eyes that these pirates were collecting slaves, right? True enough. I have a particular hatred for slavers. Gao's slaving operation found its way to my home several years ago. I was away at the time, but my daughter was there. Those black-hearted bastards took my daughter, Pin Mei. They killed her for resisting them. She was my only child. I lost her mother when Pin Mei was born, but my daughter was something precious in return. The slavers offered no such consolation. It has been 3 years since I lost my daughter, and I have spent that time tracking down the men who took her. My search led me here, to the lair of Gao the Greater. His men took my daughter, and I meant to even the score. On my way up here, I stumbled across records that show that this goes beyond Gao. The Lotus Assassins are his primary buyers. Is that so? There can be no doubt then. This goes beyond Gao the Greater. I have my vengeance, but how many others have suffered as I have because of the Lotus Assassins? Do you mean to go further with this? I would join you. Only a fool would oppose the Lotus Assassins, but 2 fools working together stand a better chance than one. It'll be an honor to join you. Oh, and I stumbled across a little something on my way up here. It's probably something you need.
Hey! That's the dust inductor I was hiding. The dragonfly can't fly without it. It was under the floorboards in my workshop last I looked. Well, next time I hide something, I'm packing explosives around it. Yes, explosives shaped like silver bananas. Stops thieves, monkeys, and monkey thieves in one fell swoop. Yeah.
In my mind, you stand the best chance of facing down Gao's masters. We also have a far greater chance of succeeding together rather than apart. If you are planning to take on the servants of Death's Hand, you'll need all the help you can get. I assure you, I will be as devoted and capable as any of your other companions.
Ha! If I could harness all that hot air. I could make a furnace to power the whole of the Imperial City. Well, if you're done with all the talking, I have to go make the dragonfly ready for some flying.
Something's on your mind? Of course, I was just thinking about things. Gao richly deserved his death, but I'm not sure I ever really expected it to happen. Three years. 3 long years of tracing these slavers to their master, only to find that there were more above him. I also found a strong ally, but I'm not sure if the greater consolation lies in your ability, determination, or beauty. I look forward to finding out. That makes 2 of us. I'll keep you informed as we deal with Gao's masters. They'll be harder to chase down. Gao's slavers took my daughter, Pin Mei, and I was able to follow them. Fortunately, they didn't cover their tracks. I chased them down, trying to reach her. I was too late. Pin Mei was spirited, and I'm sure she fought them. I believe they decided she was too much trouble and killed her. 5 years old, and they ran her through. I found her dead by the roadside and stopped my pursuit. By the time I cared to continue my chase, the slavers were long gone. It's fine. Thank you for your concern, but for the most part, I've come to terms with her death. But why dwell on this? Gao is dead, and perhaps Pin Mei has found some peace. That's what really matters. That and what we still have to accomplish. You're right, but we have to pick our time, and now isn't it. We can talk about this later. Yes, I'd welcome the chance. I never really answered your question about how I tracked Gao down. It's not that bad a story if you still want to hear it. I lost the men who murdered my daughter, but there are other ways to track men besides following their footprints, something I know all too well. 8 years ago, when my wife passed away giving birth to Pin Mei, I decided to settle down. Before that, my life was less stable. Curses, you've uncovered my secret. Actually, the truth isn't far off. My wife and I met because we both operated outside the law. Not every girl likes pompous nobles or stuffy scholars. She and I saw eye to eye on many things, including living life to the fullest. You remind me of her. Though she was flighty where you're intense, and she fought with nothing approaching your skill, you also don't burgle people's houses. Not really. She was a wonderful woman, but she was taken from me long ago. I meant the comparison as a compliment. As I followed the trail of various slave trading rings, I started seeing connections. Strangely enough, all of them seemed tied to the Lotus Assassins. My question is, since it's so clear Gao was connected to the Assassins, could their order have similar associations with the whole slave market? Of course, I didn't know about the direct connection at the time, but I did find some tenuous links to Gao the Greater. By approaching it from the top down, assassins to Gao to slavers, I managed to piece together his involvement and learn the location of his base. home was not far from Tien's Landing, so I'm certain that it was Gao's men who took my daughter. Meeting you and being given this chance to take the fight higher, I'm glad I chased that bastard down. It's good to be here. There's much ahead of us, but at least we have allies and friends. That'll make the road easier. Speaking of which, we should keep moving, don't you think? Happy to help. What do you need? I haven't been to the Imperial City in a while. I traveled here some time ago in my hunt for Gao. In fact, this is where the hunt began. I've come full circle, and I think it's time to let go of the past and look forward. We have exciting things ahead of us. There's no point in living in the past either. In my heart, I know my daughter rests as easily as any spirit now. Whatever happens, I have that. And if we succeed, I know she finds peace. If I could go back, I don't know if I would. I'm a different man now, and while I treasure the past, I look forward to the future with the same warmth. Bah, we'll find a way through any troubles. We're too resourceful to roll over and die. You know, I look forward most to the day when I figure out how to deal with you. A woman as strong as she is beautiful is rare, but I've encountered that combination before. Normally, I try to flatter you into my bed, but you're better than that. You're a companion and a damn skilled warrior, so I find I never quite know how to deal with you. See, now you're flirting with me, and I'm left here stammering. I don't deny your beauty. I just don't want to treat you like I would other women. I respect you, and, well, let's just leave it at that for now. Dawnstar has been telling me about Two Rivers, the Swamp, and Gao the Lesser. I was sorry to hear about your town. You're a woman with a knack for finding trouble. You'd be bored and then complacent. The magical spark in your eyes would dim and you'd grow old. That's not really what you want. There's something I've been meaning to ask you. Why? Seriously. Why are you doing this? Details aside, you're fighting the Empire as a whole when you oppose the Lotus Assassins, Death's Hand, or the Emperor's will. I know all about your village and your master, and that explains some of it. What it doesn't explain is your drive, your strength. What gives you that? I wonder if fate cast this burden upon you, or if you rose up on your own to shoulder it. History will probably decide. I know you're going to follow Silk Fox's plans to find a way into the Assassin's Den. It won't be easy, but I'm confident we'll succeed. It's what happens after you find a way in that has me worried. What can I say? You're a source of constant excitement in my life. I'd hate to lose that. All kinds. Trust me. Let's not get too far off topic, though. This is important. I knew men and women who were drawn to the Lotus Assassins. They went into that place to prove themselves, as you intend to. And the few who made it back out were different. That's reassuring to hear. I'm afraid of what would happen if they convinced you that their way is right. I know you'll be fine. The assassins will be lucky if you don't bring the place down around their ears. Just be sure not to tip your hand before you're ready. That's all in the future, though. We should keep at what we're doing. There's a lot left to tackle before we're done. Always happy to help. What do you need? At this exact instant? I'm sorry, but if I'm going to be honest, and I think that honesty is the best policy here, then I can't tell you. You inspire the occasional distracted moment, and who am I to fly in the face of decorum? Probably, though I have high hopes that one day I'll rectify that situation. Only time will provide a solution. We'll just have to wait and see how things turn out. It's not that I don't want to talk, but I know time is of the essence, and I'd hate to hold you up. I'd be more comfortable if we made some more progress towards the palace before I use up any more of your time with my thoughts. Always happy to help. What do you need? I was thinking about a story my father once told me. He was a scoundrel, but he could spin a fine yarn when he wasn't robbing caravans. Have you ever heard the tale of the Eternal Companions? The Eternal Companions were a group of warriors that traveled the ancient kingdoms, well before the formation of the Empire. They were said to be giants, to know styles no one could match, to always appear to offer their services to a kingdom when times were worst. The tales are too fantastic to be accurate, though I'm sure the Black Whirlwinds tried at least once. No one can actually cleave a mountain in two. What made me bring this up was just a simple thought. Were these companions real people once? Were they just like us? Something tells me they were, but not in the way you'd expect. You know how legends tend to grow in the telling? I think they also absorb other tales as they go. I doubt it. For instance, we have yet to wipe out a rival kingdom. Failing that, I'm a bit shy of 12 feet tall. The point is that when things are wrong, people believe that someone will do something about it. Whether we succeed or not, we are those someones right now. More importantly, you're the someone. You're the real reason we're together. And I worry about how much of this rides on your shoulders. You're important to me in many ways. I just want you to know that I'll do anything I can to help. Anything. Just ask. Well, that would be terribly out of character, wouldn't it? No. No changes are planned on my end. We'll talk again soon, I promise. For now, let's get back to it. Wait! I couldn't just wait with the others. I'd have worn a trench with my pacing if I didn't talk to you. If anyone can deal with their kind, it's you. But that doesn't mean I could let you go in there without speaking up. Just be careful while you're in there, and don't let them get to you. Remember why you're going in, and get out as soon as you can. I don't know if it was good advice particularly, but I needed to say it. My gut tells me that things won't go smoothly in there. Zhu's sudden disappearance has me worried. I was beginning to think we could trust the man, but the assassins can be most persuasive. Who's to say Zhu isn't preparing a trap for you to earn back favor with his old brethren? I hope for everyone's sake that you are right. Hopefully my instinct is wrong. Regardless, I've said my piece. Come back safe. We wouldn't want to miss our audience with the Emperor. Always happy to help. What do you need? Sagacious Zhu sacrificed himself so that you could continue. That reminded me how dangerous our task truly is. I hope so too. He certainly earned a reprieve, if only from hating himself so much. I don't think you would have survived Death's Hand. Even if you had, would you be in any shape to face his master, the Emperor? Your master obviously trained you well, but you've come a long way even since we met. It's true, though half of them have come from watching you, and the rest are the result of being desperate to survive, if only to see what happens next. I know this seems a strange thing to ask now of all times, but do you ever wonder what you'll do after we rescue your master? I have my own ideas, but I'd be interested in hearing yours. What about your master? What do you think will happen with him? I've wondered the same thing, but your master is a strong man. What about you? Where do you see yourself? I can only hope this fellow is possessed of remarkable stamina. I can't imagine you've settled for long. Allow me a prediction, if you will. I do not think we will all survive, not against these odds. But those of us who do will find a way to return to our normal lives. When you think about it, that leaves only the question of us, doesn't it? That's the tricky one. Yes, I do. We've talked long enough. As it stands, I'm gonna have to listen to Whirlwind's lewd innuendos for the next 2 days at least. Given what we're facing, I don't know if we should go further with this until you rescue your master. The last thing you need is a distraction. Trust me, you're not the only one, but you can't afford distractions right now. There will be time later.
she'll take this intrusion kindly, especially not with the information we've learned.
I promised you I wouldn't be a distraction, but I have to say something. You're going to rescue Master Li. I know you'll find a way, but still. Maybe it's those deep eyes, or that glorious hair, but when we first met, your beauty ignited me. When I learned of your nobility, strength, and honor, I knew you were special. What can I say? Your company brings out the best in me. Look, I'm trying to tell you that before you go, I want you to be careful. Well, no. I just... Look, you can't afford to be distracted in there. You go, you win, and we'll deal with this later, I promise. Thank you. Whatever happens in there, I'll be there for you when this is all over. We should get going. Don't worry about me. I'm just a tongue-tied fool today. Let's go.
If you two are through, we must find your master, and the truth of what has been happening in the Empire. I can only hope that my father has been the victim in this. I pray he has the answers I seek. The fate of the Empire depends on it.
It's quiet tonight. It won't last. Your master has already unleashed his hounds. At least we got here first. I don't like to think of you walking out of that gate and into their arms. I would need a dastardly clever plan to get you out of that. I thought about a discussion earlier. Remember, I was asking you about the future and what you wanted for yourself when all this was done. You were joking when you said you'd try and settle down with some dashing rogue, but since then, you've seemed more serious. When Dawn Star began having visions, I just knew that you were fighting your way back. What else could she be seeing? So we followed, and here we are. With the new Emperor's army on the way, I don't know how we'll survive, but we'll find a way. Whatever it takes, I'll be there with you until the end. The only thing that really matters is that you made it back to me. I knew even death wouldn't stop you, my last spirit monk. If you can tell me, I want to hear all about it, in a bit. I never did say what I wanted to before the palace, you know? You had the courage to say what I wanted to, but I wasn't able to reply, not properly. When I heard you were... I knew I'd missed my chance to tell you I had fallen in love with you. That you were in my every thought. That whenever I could, I kept you in my sight just to know you were there. That you had become everything. When you fell, it was like a part of me shattered. I thought that peace would be broken forever, but we have another chance. I love you, and I never want to let you go. That I'm in love with you? Gladly. But there's something we should do first. Come here. We are a long way from the farm I once called home. I never thought I would make such a journey. Your master is a formidable opponent. We cannot leave the Empire in his hands. I will help you carry that weight, but I'm not sure how much use I can be. Nothing can move me from your side. No matter what comes, I will be there for you. Anything else would be unbearable. I can't even begin to think about what we will do after this is finished, but I want whatever it is to keep us together. This journey began with loss for everyone. I think it's time to put that to a stop. I will be ready.